Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. It's Cynicalex, and today we're going to be building up Agent Venom to at least level 80 to see what he can do as a support type for PvP. We're mainly looking for him to put in some work in PvP because his hit count and this sort of thing in PvE is not really that impressive, and he wasn't really built for PvE anyways, despite having, I would say, a ton of buffs. Now, I could use his bios. I'm not going to. That's insane. We're not doing that. But we are, going to build him up here to level 80. I was really not impressed. Well, he's not really impressive as a standalone character at 70. So we'll see. But the interesting thing here is, unlike a lot of other characters where as soon as they have tier 4, you're suggested and recommended to and encouraged to get them to level 80 at least, there's a possibility here with Agent Venom. Even if you have like a really good build on him, just leave him at level 72. Genuinely saying that, and honestly saying that, because if he's really good enough as just strictly a support, like Wasp, like some of these other supports, right? Colossus, I know they can't go to level 80, but think of the fact that they could. But even if they're not going to be doing anything else, wouldn't just leaving them at level 70 or 72 be a better offer? Like, wouldn't you be getting way more bang for your buck in that case? The rest of the build, as you can, like, I don't know, maybe. The rest of the build, as you can see, is pretty straightforward. He did have 2 heal Odin's Blessings, which I took off. Haha. So it is what it is. We might put them back, who knows? But he's got the 8 HP Urus and the 8 physical attack Urus, so he's got everything else, right? I'm ranked 264. Okay, not a bad rank here. 6-star artifact, as we've talked about. Right Instinct, absolutely nutty. And then we've got the Mighty Authority to give him even more damage reduction. And then he has even more, defenses and damage increases and stuff like that. So we're basically just going to dive in. We're just going to dive into to PvP. We can, I guess we could start with something like this, which is a double support team. Maybe that's too much. I don't know. Again, the idea is not necessarily to dominate PvP. Actually, you know what? We could put in Sleeper. Yeah. Yo, we could get way dirtier with this. We could put in the Sleeper, because the Sleeper is going to give him more damage and more damage reduction, particularly against villains. Now, he's actually, I mean, that didn't seem like a long time, but he actually survived longer than I thought he would. But mainly he's going to do well against villains. So perhaps we need to put him up against some villain teams, right? Because remember, he has that passive for increasing damage to villains by 55%. Now, we can actually go ahead and slot in Sleeper Lead, who's going to give him 20%. We can actually put in his lead. Sleeper is going to give him the debuff cleanse, same as Wasp, on top of increasing damage to supervillains and decreasing damage received from supervillains. That's a lot of buffs. That's a lot of buffs, particularly against villains. So I actually want to fish for a villain team here, particularly either Thanos or Silver Surfer. Let's try the Silver Surfer team and see how he does. Well, hopefully it queues up to Silver Surfer first. It might just queue up into Sentry first, and then why am I even recording? Okay, we'll see how he does here. Sleeper's just gonna get one shot or whatever. That's fine. Let's see how he does here. 4th skill. Okay, gets interrupted. Poggers. All right, he's just standing still, doing nothing. All right, he popped the 5th skill. Oh, he's popping the 4. Oh wow, there was a little bit of damage there. There was a little bit of damage. He's trying his best to tank. He's not doing the greatest job of tanking. Wow. But there was a moment there where I thought maybe he could do something. Yo, he kills Sentry. Yo, there was no silence. There was silence because I was just watching. I didn't think he would actually get the kill. I thought this was gonna be a dead clip, because I was hoping that he put Thanos first, but he actually put Thanos second. He's gonna do the awakening. Oh man. Oof. I wonder what happened. Was it that it lined up with the accumulation from the Authority? I don't know how he killed Sentry once. That was crazy. Okay, we finally found someone using Silver Surfer first. So we're gonna see how Agent Venom performs. Unless Sleeper is just going to go ahead and kill Silver Surfer. What? Did I just witness? He doesn't even have an obelisk, ladies and gentlemen. It's a naked build. What is happening? Okay, I would appreciate if Agent Venom could... Bro, Agent Venom is so... What? Sleeper got the kill and Agent Venom died? I gotta run this back again against the same team. There's just no way this is real. This is just something out of like some circus in my mind, bro. I don't know what's going on. This is insane. Okay, this is what was supposed to happen. He was just supposed to die. Okay, that makes sense. Fine, whatever. Whatever, that's what's supposed to happen. Now, Agent Venom dies in like 1 second. All right, the #1 ranked bronze team. I know this sounds stupid. Oh my God, it's a hero first. It's a hero first, and he's a blast type. Oh Lord, man, I just love that I can never, ever test characters properly in Timeline anymore. All right, we did it. We finally found. This is the #2 bronze player right now. We finally found someone who's using Thanos in the first slot. Not necessarily, he's obviously not using Thanos lead. He'd be an idiot too. He's using Silver Surfer lead. But he's using Thanos first, so we can actually see what the fight looks like rather than just getting instantly clapped by Sentry or getting instantly clapped by, Adam Warlock. So, okay, I still died, but that was a lot better than I expected. We basically, went one-on-one with Thanos until he popped his tier 4. Let's see how this goes. Let's cue it up one more time so you guys can see the name and you can see that everything's above board here. This right now, at least, the #2 bronze player. Now, obviously, I'm stacking things kind of in my favor, trying to pick on a villain, using triple support here. But that's kind of like that's kind of part of the point of Agent Venom. You are going to perform better against villains because he has so many buffs against villains. You can see here he almost kills. We don't quite get Thanos down. Oh, that's annoying. Don't quite get Thanos down. I imagine a Mighty Conquest would be better. I don't have the ability to switch it right now, but I'm looking at his offense and defense, and it seems like he's just missing a little bit of offense at level 80. Realistically, though, you're not going to run the team like this. You're probably going to run the team like this, where you can use the support buffs of Sleeper, but then you can also have like another symbiote, or it doesn't have to be Spider-Man. It could be obviously it could be Silver Surfer, it could be Carnage, it could be in the future Null, for example. But let's go ahead and queue up this same team again, this time seeing what happens here when we just swap out Spider-Man. Now, we're going to take a lot more damage now because we don't have Colossus, for sure. That makes sense. Agent Venom's probably still going to struggle a lot because, he was struggling before, and Spider-Man's not really giving him any buffs. So if we kill him, it's going to be based mostly on luck. Okay, so yeah, things are just happening. He gets one-shotted by Adam. No surprise there. He has type disadvantage. Spider-Man one-shots him. No surprise there. He has type advantage. It's sort of just, rock, paper, scissors. Now the big test here against a Sentry. But Spider-Man does perform. Before I jinx myself, I'm going to finish the sentence. Spider-Man does perform well against Sentry. Boom. Gets the first kill. One more kill here. And this is really what it comes down to with Agent Venom. So as much as I want to do a showcase of Agent Venom, I'm going to die. I'm going to lose. Oh, wow. Okay, that was sick. As much as I want to do a showcase of Agent Venom and sort of just like zone in on his value, this is the reality, is that a lot of his value just comes based on whether or not you have chosen to build up the symbiotes, right? So you basically just do this and filter by symbiotes and just look at this list and then see how many of these characters do you have tier 4? How many of these characters have you built for PvP? And if the answer is 0, then you probably should just ignore Agent Venom altogether. If the answer is 1, think about getting Agent Venom. If the answer is 2, 3, 4, the higher you go, the more you need Agent Venom on your roster. Not just like should get him, you absolutely need him because you can do some absolutely filthy things. And he actually pairs pretty well with Sleeper. Now, I'm going to do something for fun here because ultimately, he's going to be a support, so we might as well bring him into some support content. This is Symbiote Superhero, time in Otherworld Battle. This is the team I've been using with Dr. Doom and Apocalypse. And Spider-Man, we're actually just going to ditch this in favor of an all symbiote lineup. We're going to use Carnage. We're going to use Agent Venom, absolutely. We're going to use Sleeper to give everyone cleanse. And then in this case, because we can't use Silver Surfer, he's debuffed, we're actually going to use Null. Yes, believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be using the Nullinator. So here we go. Let's check this out. All right, first match here. Let's see if a full symbiote lineup has any chance of winning. We do have buffs because we're symbiotes, but then we don't have buffs for these two characters specifically because they're both villains. But Sleeper, despite not having an obelisk at all, he actually does have quite a few buffs because he double dips on the buffs for heroes, and then he double dips on the buffs for symbiotes. It looks like, ladies and gentlemen, with Spider-Man doing most of the carrying, we are going to get the W. Yo, full symbiote lineup. And I have to say, as much as Sleeper is carrying this team and Spider-Man is carrying this team, Agent Venom's buffs cannot be ignored because they're massive. They're massive. But this is the thing. I don't really think. I think it's kind of all or nothing with Agent Venom. I think obviously if you want to tier 4 him, you should tier 4 him. But I think if you're not going to tier 4 him, realistically, if you're really hurting for resources, you can leave him at 70. If you're not hurting for resources, but you still want to be very frugal, keep him at 72. Like, I don't really see the reason to bring him to 80. He's not doing very much damage, and he's not surviving very long. Like, he died. He basically almost died faster. No, he just got disintegrated. He's dying as fast as Sleeper is, right? There, we lost there, unfortunately. But yeah, I don't see a compelling reason why taking him to 80 makes sense. Again, unless you're going to absolutely tier 4 him. And that's an important distinction to make that I don't make a lot of the time, right? A lot of the time it's just like, yeah, they can go to 80, go, boom, take them to 80. But when you have a character like this, there's honestly a good argument to just say, you know what, just 71 or 72 or whatever. And then in the future, if you want to tier 4 them, sure, then go the rest of the way. But in the meantime, why bother? Right? It kind of a little bit of a why bother situation. Yeah, he died instantaneously. Sleeper is genuinely surviving longer. Sleeper almost survived longer than Spider-Man. This is turning into an this is turning into an accidental Sleeper showcase. And what I want to highlight for you guys, it kind of sucks that we lost twice. I mean, Null is really bringing the team down, obviously. If Null wasn't so 2020, this is a 4-year-old character. You guys got to remember, he was not added to the game recently. He's 4 years old. So imagine I were to bring in like no uniform sentry. That's who you're kind of talking. And then he's not tier 4, right? He's the only tier 370. But Sleeper with no custom gear and no artifact is actually shockingly good. I want to give him an authority as well. I almost want to give him a support CTP, like a liberation or an insight, but he's doing so well. I want to queue up a couple more here. He's shockingly good. What is going on? Bro, are we sleeping on Sleeper? This was supposed to be an Agent Venom showcase, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. Let's see here. Unfortunately, yeah, Null does nothing. He literally is a punching bag. He helps Carnage, he helps Ghost Rider build up his tier 3, and that's all he's doing. Oh, Sleeper. Oh, wow, I'm getting zeroed. Yeah, this is over. I got zeroed so fast. Unless Carnage just pops off here. No. That was a bummer. Yeah. So, yeah, that's what I would say. I would say for Agent Venom, as much as I like him, and I obviously think that he's a huge linchpin of the symbiote team, I would say that, you know, it's pretty unnecessary to get him built up unless you intend on tier 4ing him. I don't intend on tier 4ing him because I want to see how the rest of the symbiote team plays out. I just tier 4'd Spider-Man. He cost me over 6,000, so I'm reeling a little bit from the cost there. And I feel like his build is good enough that he should be a little bit stronger, maybe. It's kind of a tough ask right now to tier 4 him. But, you know, it kind of raises the question then as well, because this is kind of also a uniform review, right? I kind of think you don't need to get his uniform. Like, I know that he has some slightly better buffs here, but I don't think it's really... It's 35 and 20 versus 40. Yeah, so you just get 5% chain hit. I don't know if 5% chain hit is worth it. Yeah, so yeah, I think this might be a skip, unless you're going to tier 4. Anywho, hit me up in the comments down below. Let me know what you think of the symbiote meta building and rising. I'm just waiting for that last piece before I go all in. Smash the like button if you enjoyed the content, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.